So here are some South Park characters based off of real life people that Trey Parker and Matt Stone either knew or know to this day. And a lot of us true diehard South Park fans probably know a lot of these, but I'm going to tell you anyway. First up, we got Butterscotch, who is based off of the animation director for South Park, Eric Stow. And this basically came to be because Matt was making fun of him and how wholesome he was, and they decided to put him in the show. But the clip of Trey and Matt talking about it is super funny.
Yeah, the whole Butterscotch character.
Actually, yes, he's here today. Yep. He's the animation director of South Park, Eric Stow. Right. And it was always Matt making fun of him that sort of, and we started calling him, he's our buddy, he's our little buddy, he's our Butters, who's my Butters, and then he became Butters, and we're like, we're going to put you in the show, Butters.
Yeah,
he's like, well, you better not, I'll get awful mad.
He's here, he's sitting.
Next up, Kenny McCormick is actually based off of a real kid. No, the kid did not die all the time, but it is a kid that Trey Parker went to school with, and I guess he was the poorest kid in town, and he always wore an orange parka, and nobody understood what he was saying.
But there was actually a friend of mine, my friend Kenny, who at the bus stop, all he had the little orange coat, and he would always say shit. We couldn't understand him. We're like, we can't understand you, you know. And but he was the poorest kid in the neighborhood, and that's why, you know, it was always like. That's why we're always like, he would always sort of diss it. We're like, what happened to Kenny? Is he dead? You know, and just like, you know.
And last up, Mr. Mackey. And this character was based off of an actual counselor who worked at Trey Parker's school and apparently spoke just like how Mr. Mackey speaks in the show. The fact that God would give a man a voice that hilarious makes me believe that he has a bigger sense of humor than all of us.
All the characters in the show are based on a mission of a lot of different people. The worst one is, and he could so sue us, because I had a counselor, Mr. Lackey. And it was the first time I started doing voices, because he'd walk down the hallways and go, how's it going today, boys? And we'd all go, fine, Mr. Lackey, how are you doing? And he never knew we were all doing his voice back to him, you know.
So here...
America's finest cigarette presents the Lucille Ball Desiarnaz Show, I Love Lucy.
I remember once I was looking in the open air, and one of those glorious little thistledown things came, and I picked it up like that and brought it down, and it looked as if it was struggling to get away. Just as if you caught an insect by one leg, like a daddy long legs or something of that kind. It seemed to be struggling to get away, and I thought, well, it's not doing that. That's just the wind blowing. But then I thought again, really? Only the wind blowing? Surely it is the structure of this thing which, in cooperation with the existence of wind, enables it to move like an animal, but using the wind's effort, not its own. It is more intelligent being than an insect, in a way, because an insect uses effort. Like a person who rows a boat uses effort, but the man who puts up a sail is using magic. He lets nature do it for him with the intelligence to use a sail, you see? Now that is the most highly skillful art of all. That is Taoism in perfection.
It was a flask stuck in the top of your rolled stocking, and hats that looked like flower pots and came down over your head. Your clothes were so slight that you couldn't possibly wear a girdle. Some women wore canvas bras to flatten out their chests. The clothes were very straight and very slim, and they were, to the older generation, they were called very fast, and they held up their hands in horror that no good was going to come of these women.
Oh, they thought it was terrible. Just awful, those rolled socks. And there was many a mother that made a girl go to the dance wearing a girdle, or a corset, as they used to call it, and a corset cover. And the girl, the first thing she did was take off the girdle, park it in the dressing room with her coat or wrap, whatever she was wearing, And because boys didn't want to dance with girls that had stays that held them in. They liked the soft, squishy feeling.
You've never heard anything like it.
We're in Japan, and the elevator starts down, and it stops like on every other floor. And every time the door opens, 2 or 3 more little Japanese people get on the elevator. Andre reaches over and gives me a little tap, and he winked at me. The door closes, and the next thing you hear is the loudest, longest fart I can ever remember in my life. Brother, I'm going to tell you something. When that elevator door opened, it was like the Exodus. All you could hear was Andre going, oh, oh, oh.
You introduced Dolly Parton the first time she was ever on the Opry.
Right.
She was 13.
Right.
When Dolly was on this program, she also mentioned that. She was quite proud of that. Would you like to see what she said?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, let's hear from Dolly Parton.
Johnny Cash was the person that introduced me that night. And Johnny, first time I saw him, that's when that's when he was lean and lanky. And that's when I first realized what sex appeal was. I was 13 years old. It was like, oh. It was like, holy moly, what is this? And then little did I know he'd be the first person to introduce me.
What did you say to Johnny Cash when you first met him?
I didn't say anything. My mouth just flew open. Well, first I had seen him on stage and I had all these feelings, which now I know is just being horny. I guess we could... Well, a sex appeal or something. I don't know if that's exactly the word. That's what I was.
You have any comment on that?
I really appreciate that. That was nice of you.
You've never heard somebody call themselves Shawnsy?
Nope.
Me neither.
Hello?
Hi, Sean.
Yep.
This is John from John Breaks Bad News. I have some bad news from Christian for you.
Okay.
Star Trek is better than Lord of the Rings, and you have a tight little man puss, and it stinks, and he can smell it, and it's one chip, one nacho. Stop being greedy.
He's wrong on all fronts.
I kind of agree with at least the first one. I like Lord of the Rings better than Star Trek. Star Trek is for
it's way better.
Fucking nerds. And but I'm not versed enough in your man puss to know if it stinks or not.
It doesn't. I just showered.
All right, well that's good.
Hell yeah. I have to call this asshole back. Thanks, bud.
All right, love you, bye.
Love you, peace.
Set it back.
Okay.
All right, how much money are we saving by getting rid of the old clunker in exchange for the brand new Energy Star model? Power company sent you a letter in the mail, said, hey, if you got an old fridge, send that thing to the dump, show us the receipt, and you'll get a $20 credit towards a brand new Energy Star rated refrigerator. So you pick up a brand new 4.4 cubic foot Energy Star rated mini fridge. This is the Energy Sipper. It doesn't even have automatic defrost for a little under $300 because you got that $20 credit after paying somebody to get rid of great grandpa's 86-year-old refrigerator that was double the cubic foot capacity and outlived all your relatives. You plug in your brand new mini fridge. A little over half a week later, it's only used 2.72 kilowatt hours. Indeed, it is an energy sipper. This thing costs pennies to run. If you had plugged in great grandpa's fridge, surprise, surprise, also costs pennies to run. It's an on time-lapse camera. I see this all the time. People throw stuff like this away thinking it costs fortunes to run just because it's old. This was designed during the Great Depression. These do not cost a lot of money to run. And it's also, remind you, double the size, 86 years old and on restore. Look at the door gasket on this. There's so much heat getting inside of this refrigerator. This thing's cycling on and off almost twice as much as it should be. This one in the long run is going to cost about $5 less over a year than this one.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Creative Chaos. I was seeing out there that Vulcan lives here liking the doom scrolling. I'm also liking the doom scrolling. I think we will be sticking with that for our intro. And how cute was the dog in the airplane floating around? Um, and with doom scrolling, I don't think I'm going to do much conspiracy videos or anything like that. We'll save that for the end of the show. I'll try to keep it lighthearted and fun. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. So for anybody that is new here tonight, Creative Chaos, it is a show dedicated to shining a spotlight on fascinating people creating fantastic things outside the mainstream, because we all know the mainstream sucks and there's got to be people out there creating better things, and I personally believe it is in the independent community. So we talk to all kinds of different creators across the spectrum, but often enough they're comic book creators, which I have a couple on tonight, but we'll get to them soon enough. Before we do, I do want to bring in my wonderful co-host that was irritated at me right before going live, the Batman.
Howdy, 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 everybody.
I'm so sorry I didn't text you. You almost made me cry before going live because you were so mean.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I was just expecting a text sometime today, and I had a lot going on. So, thank God I set my alarm. I mean, I know we go live at 9:00 every Thursday night, but I hadn't heard anything. Last week you mentioned that we had, Levi coming on to hang out with us, but I was like, well, what else is there? What else is going on?
Well, here was why I didn't text you today. Well, number one is you knew that we had Levi on. You know Levi. We love Levi. But also you had mentioned that you might not be coming. And me, like when somebody says that, I don't want you to feel like I'm like pressuring you or like so I'm like,
okay.
oh, I'm not gonna text him. He'll be here if he's here and not if he's not.
Okay,
So that really was why I did not.
That's fine. Let me preclude everything from carrying on any further and tell you that next week I will not be here. I have a date with a concert in New York City at the Pier 17. It's a country western concert. I'm not really a country western guy, but the young lady I'm going with is big into country western, and she invited me to join her. So we're going to make a night of it. We're going to go
I'm
into
so
the city and
excited for you.
hang out all day.
You get to listen to modern country music.
Yeah, his name is Riley Green, I think.
Don't know.
Neither do I.
I would assume country western fans would know. Hey, do you want to scroll back and say hi to the chat? Because we've already got an active chat going on. I am loving that the show is building and people are talking more in chat. I remember our first half a year it was pretty quiet. But also I was like nervous of even talking to the chat. I'm like, oh, I don't want to.
No, you gotta engage the chat. They're the ones that help you stay where we are.
I know.
You know?
I realize that. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Saying hello to everybody.
Checking in first, and
Pops
then our wonderful mod Vulcan Lives says, "And
Vulcan
here we
Lives
go."
is out there. Hey, yo, Vulcan, what's up?
Did I say
Madness
lives again?
Entertainment. Yep. We got good stuff. Nat Rain, good to see you. Who else? I'm scrolling up as quick as I can here.
Yeah, and you know what?
That must be you responding. Mouth Agape Ape, good to see you. Nice to see you out there. Michael Ferraro is in the house. Good to see you, Michael. Woody M. Hey, Woody, what's up, buddy?
Hi, Woody. How's it going? Also, he is saying it's a great place to be an audience. So I'm super excited to hear that comment. But I wanted to, do you see the chat on screen from Nat? It says, hi, what are the OXP crowns about? That's a thing. Have you been chatting in YouTube lately, Batman?
No, I don't really chat in anywhere lately because I've been so busy with the pet hotel that I really have not been able to do much in the way of listening or following anybody. My usual go-tos, I've been so busy. Thankfully, thank God, business is good. But I also just bought a new pickup truck, and I had to get it registered, I had to get it licensed, I had to get it insured, and so I spent the last several days working on that. And tomorrow, God willing, I take it to get inspected. And now that I have my license, my Reggie, the what do you call it when you own it? The pink slip is in the mail, so that's on its way. And then once I get it registered, inspected tomorrow, I'll actually be able to start driving it around.
Fantastic. That takes a while, huh?
Good Stuff is saying that it's some gay ass shit YouTube
That
came up with to spy on you. What is
that's
this you're
right.
talking about?
Okay, so basically in chat, you get these experience points, and then you earn a little crown saying 1, 2, and 3, and they rank your how you're chatting. I don't even know exactly how it works, but apparently it like invites more bots to like look at your content and things like that. I don't know
I don't want
exactly
bots
how it
looking at my
works.
content. I want to get
No,
rid of the
I don't.
bots.
I don't either. And when it first appeared, I had the same question. Then I went on a stream where they started explaining like the whole spy bot thing, and said there's a way to turn it off. I went and looked on my channel and it was turned off, but apparently now it's turned on. I'm going to go after the show and look at the channel again and see if you can turn it off again because
Automatically turns itself on
on
because it's
experience.
a bot running it.
Huh?
I said it automatically turns itself on because it's a bot running it.
Yeah, so we'll see if I'll be able to turn it off and have it off by next week. And Good Stuff is still number one. He's number one in my book, at least, even if he only shows up every once in a while.
Yeah. And just real quick, I got to respond to Woody M. Yes, I already have a cowboy hat. I actually have several, and I'll be wearing one of them to the concert on next Thursday. So yes, thank you, Woody.
And then also, hey, Michael Ferraro, thank you for making it. You've been showing up a lot more lately. Good to see you out there.
Kerry is in the house.
And Carrie too. Awesome.
What's up, Kerry?
Awesome. I think that takes care of saying hello to everybody in the chat. And I'm really excited to get Levi and JD out here. So before we do that, what does everybody need to do, Batman?
After I unmute myself, we need to like, share, subscribe, ring that bell, and if you're on Hill, hit the red bell. Show us a little bit of love so the algorithms can ka-ching, ka-ching. And if you want to throw us some more love, throw us some gold bills too. I'm sure we'd appreciate that as well.
All right. Awesome. And then you guys, anybody that watches Creative Chaos on a regular basis knows it wouldn't happen without Flip City Magazine. Go check us out. It's at flipcitymag.com. One slight announcement in September or maybe late August, we'll be launching a campaign for our parodies only magazine, and it's going to be 80 pages. It's going to be fantastic. So I just wanted to give everybody a heads up about that. You guys know that we're constantly busy making Flip City because we are publishing quarterly and have all kinds of cool stuff going on. But that's what we're going to say for tonight. Go check out flipcitymag.com if you don't know what we are.
Sounds like a plan.
Go buy a hat. I don't have my hat right now. Okay.
I know. I gotta get my hat. Now that I got my pickup truck, I need my hat to go with it.
Yes, you do. And I expect you'll get the red one. So people need to look more closely to make sure decide whether they hate you or not.
If it's a red hat, they automatically assume it's a MAGA hat and they hate you already.
Exactly. But they have to look closer. And then they go Flip City and then they Google Flip City and then see it's a trampoline park somewhere. Anyway, let's get on to the show. Are you ready to welcome in our guests?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Let's introduce our first guest.
So tonight we've got Levi Skeen and JD Gunter. Levi is the artist. JD is the author of Galaxy Memorial Park. Let's just watch the trailer and we're going to see them on the other side.
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes Superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1. Crowdfunding now on Fund My Comic.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Hello,
I know you.
everybody.
I'm
I already
muted
know
again.
you. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All right, here we are. We've got JD and Levi hanging out tonight to talk about Galaxy Memorial Park. You launched on Memorial Day this year, so you've been about a month
Yep.
and a half,
Yep.
month
Yeah,
3
about that.
weeks.
I like that Galaxy Memorial Park launched on Memorial Day. I like that.
Yes.
Very well.
His idea.
And actually, we've been building and promoting since not last year's Memorial Day, announcing that we're launching this year's Memorial Day. So
Yeah.
Nice.
lots of momentum.
Very good. Very good. So we're gonna skip the fanboy for us.
Are you
Kristen,
asking or telling? No, I was only
I'm
going to skip
asking.
it. I was only going to skip it because you weren't here. But we've got plenty of people that didn't see JD and Levi last
Okay.
time. So even if they have the same answers, that's fine. We can still do fanboy for us to let our audience get to know them as quickly as possible.
I can't remember what I said last time, so fire away.
Neither can I.
Yeah, it'll be something different.
All right. All right. All right. So the way this works is I'm going to throw out a question for you by asking you what your favorite something is, and I just want you off the top of your head to give us your first come to answer. Okay. First and foremost, your favorite food. AD, you go. You go first, and then we'll
All right.
throw the next one to Levi first.
My favorite food is going to be fried chicken. Totally unhealthy, but I love it.
Now,
I haven't had that in forever.
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Popeye's Fried Chicken, or other.
Popeyes is pretty good. So Levi is going to know this. He's going to know this place. So in a place called Spokane Valley, there's a place called Ron's. It's a drive-in. It's a burger joint, but they got roasted chicken there. And I grew up with fried chicken every single Sunday, and I got sick of it. But something happened, and I got a hold of Ron's roasted chicken, which is fried chicken, and the fried chicken gene in me kicked in, and it's been that way ever since. Yep.
What's great about Ron's is not a root beer float, but they have root beer shakes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
All right,
If
Levi.
That's my favorite.
I have a standing order when I go to a Greasy Spoon, like a Denny's or a Perkins or something like that. So something else I'm favorite, but it's my standing order for those places: country fried steak and eggs over easy, white toast.
I really love that both of you guys chose a fried meat.
Gotta love fried meat.
I do a country fried steak though. Wait, did you say country or chicken fried?
Country fried steak. Either
It's
way,
the same
chicken
thing.
fried, country fried. It's the
Yeah.
same thing to me.
Yeah. I call it chicken fried steak.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a West Coast thing though.
Right.
The very first time I actually had fried steak, we would drive. The kids were very young back then. Now they're all grown up and out of the house, and it's just me and the ex until she buys me out and I can get the hell out of here. But we were down on our way to Florida, driving down with the kids, and they had fried steak and grits.
Mm.
And I'd
Oh
never
yeah.
had grits before.
Oh yeah.
So I hadn't had fried steak and I hadn't had grits. So it was an interesting combination, and I quite thoroughly enjoyed it. And now when I drive down to Florida to go visit with my family, I stop at usually either a Waffle House or a Denny's, and I get me fried steak and grits, and usually a couple of pancakes or something on the side.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Waffle House grits.
Yes.
That's huge. That is
Now,
huge.
do you put sugar or butter on yours?
Butter.
Salt
That's it. Butter.
Salt and pepper, butter, and bacon grease if you got it.
Bacon
Oh, my
grease.
God.
Yes.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, bacon grease.
Do that. You can crumble up your bacon and put it in there too.
That's
Yep.
what she did for me. I said, "What else do you have?" She goes, "Well, we got bacon bits." I'm like, "Is it real bacon bits or is it no? We're down here in the South. It's real bacon bits." I was like, "Go for it. Go for it. I want to try it." So yeah, it was good. But everything's better with bacon, even chocolate.
Oh yeah.
All right. Second question. Oh, go ahead, Christy.
I want to say, instead of giving them turns, this is what I want because it's top of head answer. I want them each to just answer as quickly as they can.
Yeah.
Whoever's first is first.
Okay.
It can be
we can do
chaotic.
that.
It's creative chaos. We
It
can be
is creative
chaotic.
chaos. So the second question is your favorite drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic or both?
Go.
White Russian and coffee.
Okay.
Southern Comfort, Diet Coke, double tall. That's my drink.
One more time, JD. What was it?
Southern Comfort and Diet Coke as a double and tall.
Ah, very good.
Yep.
Okay. And
Diet Pepsi. I'd rather have Diet Pepsi, but
okay.
Wow.
Gotcha. So Levi, I got to go to that one that you said. You said White Russian and coffee.
Yeah.
Have you had good stuff? I agree with you, but I'm an old-fashioned guy, so give me a bourbon old-fashioned, and I love it. Muddle the cherry, muddle the orange. But Levi, or the left, have you ever had a White Russian in your coffee?
No.
I could imagine it tastes good.
It is
Probably
delicious. Yeah, we were at I don't remember. Was it an Irish restaurant or I don't remember. We just got done having shepherd's pie and you know they were getting ready to have dessert. And there you go. Kerry likes you already because you're a Southern Comfort guy.
oh yeah.
The best
Kerry
old fashioned,
pass at you, JD.
the very best old fashioned I ever had was made with SoCo. I loved it.
I'm a bullet bourbon guy when it comes to my old fashions. It's either got to be bullet or if I'm going to drink, bourbon on rocks, it's got to be Woodford's Reserve. Woodford's Reserve is probably by far one of my favorite bourbons. And it's got a very mellow taste without having a harsh bite. So I enjoy the Woodford's Reserve.
Quick shout out to Justin from Belmont Press. Hello.
What's up, Justin?
Oh man.
Smokes the fox. Smokes the fox out
That's
there
right.
stalking the werewolf.
Mhm.
or vice versa. Anyway, he just smoked weed. Yay!
Uh-oh.
No, I'm straight tonight. I got to get off that stuff for a little bit. I need to clear my head. Too much going on. I've had to cut back on the weed. But let us continue. All right. Any genre, any kind of, any method, artist, favorite artist, any genre.
Oh, jeez.
Bernie Wrightson is the first one that comes to mind.
Okay. Gotcha. You're big into the horror stuff, huh?
Yes, I am actually.
A lot of people are big Bernie Wrightson fans.
Oh yeah.
I like his stuff, but I wasn't a big and I'm a huge Batman fan. So when he did the Batman vampire series, that was like crazy. I even bought the statue, but I didn't like it. It was too dark for me. I'm not a dark kind of guy. And I'm look, I'm wearing a yellow shirt for God's sakes. I actually sold the statue to a friend of mine who is as big a Batman fan as me, but he was also a Bernie Wrightson fan, and he loved the statue. So I was very happy to have him buy it from me, so that I knew it was going to a good home, and that I knew that it would be appreciated, because I just didn't appreciate it that well. It just wasn't up my alley. So good for you, Levi. Go for it.
Man, if we're sticking with comic books, I'd say John Byrne. But you said any genre, so my mind just went kind of crazy. So I mean, because they're like any genre, then you're just throwing out things like, if you want to go painting, it's Norman Rockwell. If it's music, it's like somebody like Prince.
Okay, well, we'll get to music in a little bit.
All
Right
right.
now, we're talking about art. Now,
Art.
yes, music is a form of art, but I'm thinking more along the lines of, ceramic, sculpting, painting, drawing, coloring,
Right.
and so go ahead, Burns.
Yeah, John Byrne, Bob Layton. Like I said, going back to Norman Rockwell again. My mom was a big Norman Rockwell fan, so there was always Rockwells up in the house. We had the collected books that I just would leaf through as a kid.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess I'd stick with those ones. Yeah.
Very good, very good. Well, I got to tell you, I really appreciate the Norman Rockwell stuff. You mentioned that. When my ex-wife and I were coming down from visiting with her family through the Berkshires, we actually stopped at his house.
Oh, nice.
And they've turned it into a museum. And his actual studio where he did his art is still this old barn. It's this old little, looks like a she shed almost, but in red. And they have a giant paned window. And because they wanted to preserve everything inside the studio exactly as it was, they took. What was that?
Good Stuff wanted to know what the question was, and he guessed it. It is favorite artist.
Favorite artist. Yeah, there we go.
Because he was talking about weed.
Because he was smoking too much weed. He's been smoking too much weed. They actually they leave the windows open, but they put a very dark film, almost like, I guess you would call it, a shield of some kind. Tinted window. They tinted the windows in his little man shed of his, where he did his paintings. And if you get real close and you look in, you can still see his easel and the last piece of art he was working on.
Wow.
Which is still up there. And I don't know if it was actually ever published, but it's still sitting there on the easel. And it's a big piece of art. Thing's got to be at least 4 or 5 feet tall sitting on this easel. And the easel is already 2 feet off the ground. So this thing is like 8 feet in the air. It's amazing.
Wow.
Just hanging in there. Yeah. And his
What is
paintbrushes.
what's the picture of?
I'll be honest with you. I couldn't make it out. I couldn't even make it out. The tint was so dark that you could just barely see outlines of things. It was really interesting. And because it was such a bright day, the sun was beating off of the window, and it really caused a dark reflection. And you just I'm sitting there doing this, and I couldn't see anything. I even took my phone and I put it up to the window, and I turned on the flash, and I took a picture. You couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
It just bounced back. So I was really I would have liked to have gone in, and they say that they do give tours through there, but that day, for whatever reason, they weren't allowing us into his workspace. So I would have had to have gone back another time. And unfortunately, now that I'm in the middle of this divorce, 4.5 years running now, I don't think I'll get that opportunity to go visit her cousins up in the Berkshires again. I'll just have to do it on my own with my new pickup truck.
And new girlfriend.
And your hat.
And new girlfriend, yes.
Yep.
And my hat, yes. All right. Christy, where are we? I lost track.
You were on favorite artist.
Favorite artist. We did favorite food. We did favorite drink. Favorite movie.
The Exorcist.
Forrest Gump.
All right. Cool.
I think that was your answer last time, and it shocked me.
It's got to be one where you're flipping through the channels, and if every single time you see it being played on TV, you stop and finish it, and it's Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you.
Jaws is another one. It's not my
Jaws?
favorite. Yeah, Jaws is one where you flipping through and then you'll see it. I just gotta watch it. I gotta watch it.
I have to be honest with you, JD. To this very day, I still have not watched Jaws.
No, really? I just watched it recently because they're pushing it hard because
Yeah.
it's
It's the
the
50th
50th.
anniversary.
And I'm
50th
like, well,
anniversary.
I guess it's time.
So I'm a big hat guy. I wear a lot of hats. I have several. I'm not wearing any now. It's I've got a handful of them right here. But I saw one of the adverts that came up in my email yesterday is I wear Scully caps. I don't know if you're familiar with Scully caps. They're driver's caps, Peaky Blinder style hats, all that.
Mm-hmm.
The newsboy hat. So Scully caps out of Boston came out with a 50th anniversary Jaws hat. And so it's all blue around the outside and the middle panel is white. So if you hold it the right way, it looks like Jaws coming up out of the water.
Ah,
And the
nice.
on the inside, the lining has silk lining, and it's got a 50th anniversary Jaws coming up out of the water at the girl, like the poster. And
Yep.
for $53, you can own a Scully cap 50th anniversary Jaws hat.
I got dark water phobia. So even a lake or a river, I have that song in my head. Dun 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 dun. Yeah.
Well, I was never one to be a swimmer to begin with. I can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind wading in a pool.
Right.
I'm not a beach going kind of guy. I never was. Although I would go to the beach with my friends, I'd walk the beach and hang out and talk with friends and hang out and talk with people. But wasn't big in going in the water. When we went with the kids, we'd build sand castles. We'd go to the water's edge. They'd run in, they'd run out. I'd catch them, and that was be it.
Yeah.
Give me a swimming pool, I'm happier. Just
Yeah.
anything I can be in my own closed space, I'm happy. But never was a big beach guy. Thank you, good stuff. I agree with you.
I say fuck Sandy Crotch. That's way worse
Sandy
than that's the
You
worst.
see, Sandy Crotch is the worst. But what's even worse than that is Poison Ivy Crotch.
Oh.
Where
Yeah,
you?
one of my girlfriends back in high school, she and I went to the public pool, and then we kind of left the public pool and went to the backwoods behind the pool. And needless to say, I came home with Poison Ivy Crotch.
That's pretty funny.
That was not good.
Our backwoods here in town was behind the roller rink.
Right? Roller rinks and local town pools.
Yep.
Or the ice rink. We have the ice rink too. We had the woods behind the ice rink. But it's a little cold during the ice rink season. Anyway. All right. Christy, come on, help me out here. I don't have my sheet in front of me.
Music.
Favorite music. Favorite type of music.
I'm just going to say an artist, Alice Cooper.
I knew that was coming.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. I love everything. I do. I love classical. I love country. I love, like I said a minute ago, like Prince. There's I'm blanking on folk singers, but anyway, yeah, I love all kinds
Arlo
of.
Guthrie, Woody Guthrie, Johnny Prine.
The one I'm thinking of is I Don't Believe in If Anymore, or he did Durham Town, Nanny Blue, Roger Whittaker. That's it.
Oh,
okay.
Roger Whittaker.
Yes, that guy could whistle out every song. So,
yep.
Very cool. Have you ever heard of a guy by the name of Warren Zevon?
No.
Oh, yes, I have.
Okay, so that's the only song most people know from him.
That's right.
But he's got a very eclectic range of music. But he actually studied under Stravinsky. His father was a was part of the Jewish mafia in California and Vegas, and Stravinsky owed Stinky Zevon a lot of money, and so to pay him off, he taught his 13-year-old Warren Zevon, his son, how to play piano. So Stravinsky taught Zevon how to play, and he's got some really. If you ever get a chance, listen to Desperados Under the Eaves. Desperados Under the Eaves. It's a really cool song. You'll appreciate it,
I
especially
see
if you like
Levi
that kind of
taking notes.
folky music.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it puts me in the type of mood that I want to be in. Like I can't be inking something and listening to Limp Bizkit. I just can't, because then you just sit there and you get angry, and it's got to be
Yeah.
something smooth or something to put you in the right mood for the right situation. If I'm out in the garden pulling weeds, hell yeah, it's Limp Bizkit, it's Metallica, But yeah,
It's true. You need the music to set your mood for what you're trying to do. I agree with you. I
Yep.
agree with you. So, where are we at, Christy? Because I don't have my list. I'm sorry. Did we cover everything?
I think we pretty much covered everything. If we missed
All right.
something, whatever.
Yeah. Your favorite band? That was the last one. Your favorite
Well,
band?
I mean,
Oh, Guns N' Roses. Yeah. The Alice Cooper Band.
Alice Cooper Band. Yep.
It's funny. I was a big fan of Alice Cooper only after I started listening to Kiss. And Kiss was my first band, but they all wore that kind of makeup. Metallica, Post Ride, The Lightning Sucks. Okay.
Yes, totally
Good
agree.
stuff.
Totally agree. They should have just stopped.
Yep. Primus.
Master
There
Puppets.
you go.
Yeah.
he keeps putting Primus in there. I already knew that about
Primus
Good
is
Stuff
great.
too.
Yeah.
I got to say something about Good Stuff, though. I love his icon. He must be a huge fan of Alligator Alcatraz.
That's his logo.
Yeah, because he wears those hats as well, and it's got the little pipe in his hand as well.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff.
Hey, can I throw this one out there? Steel Panther.
Ah, okay.
That's how you told me about Steel Panther for the first time on
Right.
this show, or maybe it was a draw stream, and then we went over and watched a video.
It's Motley Crue and the Monkees had a baby. Yeah.
What is the name of this band?
Steel Panther. They do a comedy routine to heavy metal. And
I'm gonna have to look them up now.
It's like Motley Crue and the Monkees had a baby, and it's Steel Panther. And the songs are really good. They're great musicians. They were down at the L.A. What was the Blues House or whatever it was down there? They were
House
like
of
the
Blues.
House of Blues, and they were they used to be a Van Halen tributes band, and they were called School of Rock before they were called Steel Panther.
I was just gonna say the lead singer looks a little David Lee Roth-ish.
Yes, yeah. I've seen those guys live twice. They put on such a great show, and it's as long as you just let go and just accept it. It's a comedy routine. It's supposed to be absolutely debauchery.
Slapstick.
Yeah, slapstick. So
he kind of looks like David Lee Roth and Courtney Love had a baby. That would be him.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, I guess I'm Fat Girl. Here's a song.
Oh my
Fat
goodness!
Girl.
Yes, that is such a great song. Yes, Fat
I'm
Girl.
gonna have to listen to it after the show.
Or Girl
I'll
from,
leave it on my phone.
Girl from Oklahoma. That's another great one.
Which
maybe
one?
Girl from Oklahoma.
Maybe backstage we'll listen to a couple of Steel Panther songs.
Cool.
We should have done it backstage today before, and we could have gotten amped up, but we didn't think.
You see, if you told me about, if you reminded me earlier, we could have done that.
You're
All
making
right.
me sad again.
They're pretty bad. So,
all right. So we've completed our Q&A with you guys. Thank you for fanboying for us. Christy, take it away.
Yeah, it's my turn now, but it's not really. It's your guys' turn. We're going to talk about Galaxy Memorial Park. It's currently funding now on Fund My Comic. That is
Yep.
down in the oh no. That's down in the description below. But I always love hearing the best elevator pitch, and I'm throwing it to JD because I know you're the one that does those things.
All right. My mind is utterly blank right now.
No, you've
Got
said it so many
Got
times. Come on.
Yes.
Galaxy Memorial Park.
Okay. Galaxy Memorial Park is it's Arlington Memorial Cemetery for superheroes. Bad guys are trying to get in there and do evil things.
Your elevator pitch sounds like my elevator pitch. Here's the one that Jay wrote.
Oh, okay. I write
Wait,
better than I talk.
wait, hold on. Are we putting you up top now?
We're
Levi?
putting me up top now. Galaxy Memorial Park is a memorial cemetery for superheroes from across the decades and around the world. It is the final resting place for those who have gave their lives to save others. But superpowered intrigue does not stop at the grave. Though the park is well protected, malicious minds are planning evil through the memories of heroes long gone.
Okay, very good. Now I'm moving JD back.
Real quick, 1 second. Good night, good stuff. Have a pleasant
Oh,
evening.
bye, good stuff.
Adios, muchachos.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I think he finished his IPA and he's out now. It's time for him to go to bed. He has to be up at 3 a.m. Everybody.
Oh, yep.
So
Ugh.
JD, I know that you
Yes.
and Levi have been friends for a while, and this has been a long time in the making.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit of that journey of like when you started and how you met Levi and all that good stuff.
All right. We're talking 1995 here.
Yeah.
1995. Another buddy of mine and I decide, hey, let's try to do some comics here because we'd been trying to like come up with movie scripts and stuff like that. And so we go to a local comic book shop, the comic book shop that's still there to this day. And they had a little cork board message board where you could say, hey, looking for artists, and then write your, like on a recipe card or something like that. Writers looking for artists for a number of titles. So we left that there, and we got a bunch of responses. Levi was one of what 5, 6 or so.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
my idea, we had about 3, 4, 5 ideas. But my idea was a supernatural investigator by the name of Liam McCobb. And I thought of him as Dirty Harry meets the monsters. This was before I knew who the heck Hellboy was, but he was basically a big tough guy that beat up monsters. The little script that I had, Levi really liked it. It was this supernatural investigator avenging a young woman who had been attacked and murdered. And I remember Levi liked the script because it reminded him of Dark Horse's Ghost, the series Ghost. And so we worked on this character for like years and years and years.
At least 3 or 4.
2005. I mean, I know I'm compressing everything. We start doing something different. We start trying to come up with something a little bit different because I think I started to get burned out on Macabre. And then we came up with an idea of
Ooh, I like that.
there was again, Dark Horse. They had a series about a coffee shop where superheroes meet.
Common Ground.
Yeah, Common Ground. That's right. And we're like, hey, what if we did something like that? Well, me being morbid the way I am, I think, well, what if it was what was a graveyard for superheroes instead of, and so it started out as this gimmick, and we've been working on this idea for like a long time. We shelved it and just kind of went our separate ways, for a little bit. We contacted each other. Levi kind of like, I'm kind of tired of this going to comic conventions. Emerald City in Seattle, I think he remember. I remember him saying, "I'm just looking at all of these weirdos and freaks. Not comic book or imaginative people, but ultra leftist type people." And it's like,
Well,
I'm
it
really
was
tired of
I'm
dealing
sorry.
with that.
So
it was
how long ago was that
no,
conversation took place?
that was 20.
Yeah,
Just
go ahead.
imagine this is spring 2016 in Seattle, Washington.
Yep.
So and now because I've gone 10 years to this convention, I'm on all the fan pages and stuff like that, and I'm promoting myself, and I see what these individuals are saying. And this is right at the time when they canceled the Red Skull at the convention. And their excuse is if you showed up in a Red Skull outfit, meaning a Nazi uniform, that you had a Nazi uniform in your closet year round just so you could cosplay, it really meant that you were a closeted Nazi. And it just it was a terrible time. Seattle, 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was the first convention that had the cosplay is not consent. They had all these rules. They were the first convention to come up with I think with the term photo rape. Like you're not allowed to take a picture of a cosplayer without asking them permission. Otherwise, it's photo rape.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Wow. I don't
Yeah.
even
Yep.
remember that.
Yeah, and I'm just like I'm sitting there, and it's the environment that it is, and every single time it just jaded me. Every single time somebody would come up to my table, I was completely off. My wife and my daughter both outsold me that weekend. It got to the point where I left my table, and I was at a section of the convention where there was a wall across from me by the concession stands, and I just sat against the wall and let my wife and my daughter just sell because I had a funk. I just
Yeah.
did.
You had a puss on.
I did. I totally did. I just didn't. I didn't. Yeah,
You're like, I hate every single one of you potential customers.
I do. I really, really do. And that
You can't do
sucks.
that. You
That
can't do
literally,
that.
literally sucks.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I went to a Comic Con this past weekend, and we're going to show it. We're going to show some interviews I did with some independent artists on our show this Sunday, Three Beermen. And one of the guys that I interviewed, after I told him that I was affiliated with Madness Entertainment Group and Madness Comic Network, he went online and looked us up. Do you know what he said to me?
What?
He says, you can't put, you have to delete my video. You can't put my interview out there because they're all a bunch of Nazis. They're all a bunch of Nazis. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. You need to show me. So he pulled it up and he started scrolling through. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't see anything that's Nazi. But if you don't want me to use your video, I promise you I will not put you on our show. So
I wish
have a
you would
nice
have.
life.
I wish you would have caught that on camera though, because that would have made a perfect promo.
It was
Or
I was like,
anybody.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I know these people fairly well, and I don't know anything about Nazis, but that's what he used. That was his reference. They're a bunch of Nazis. And his eyes lit up, and I will be. Wait a minute. I actually have a picture of him too, because he's a fucking stupid bitch.
Okay.
And I will show the picture because he's an asshole. He's a flaming libtard.
Oh, the only thing that's terrible is your phone screen never shows up very well. But I will embiggenate you if you
All right,
have it.
give me a
But
second.
I mean, that's the thing. I actually had faith that we might be slowly tiptoeing out of that era of everybody being called Nazis. What do you guys think?
I
You
hope
feel
so.
like we're moving out of it?
I'm so
Like
tired.
people are like waking up to the mind control a little bit. Like, oh, I've been dumb. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so. I do.
I think we're kind of like, oh, keep going,
Right,
Levi.
right.
All right.
You go.
All right. I think we're kind of like the Guardian in the first Lord of the Rings movie, The Fellowship of the Ring, when you have that gate and then you have the squid thing in the water, where it's like this thing comes up, grabs you, and you're basically pulling back and forth and back and forth. We're now at the point where I believe somehow we're going to get past it, but those kind of ideas are they're pulling back. They're doing some kickback.
Is he wearing ducky pants? What? Or is that?
I don't
Well,
even
that's
know. I
table. I
couldn't
think that's
see his
table.
pants, but
Yeah, it's
he,
a tablecloth.
yeah, it's a tablecloth. But
Gotcha.
he's a piece of work.
Okay.
I should play the video just for the shits and giggles
The
of it.
poor
I promised him I
poor
would.
darling. Like I want to remain
Yeah.
like having empathy for these people because I know that they're just all brainwashed, you know? So it's
Yes.
like I need to have empathy, like the poor baby.
This is one of his ash cans,
Ducky the
and
bird, Ducky the bug.
Ducky Debug, and
Okay.
she's a rainbow haired colored lesbian, and that was a giveaway right there.
I'm
See,
so,
and you still talk to him. And you
And-
still talk to him.
Yeah, she's a troll. She's a troll with a cybernetic hand. But I mean, he had Lax Legends. He's big into horror, which is really cool that he's into all this stuff. But he was just, I don't know. I was kind of like,
I'm gonna be mean here. He can only draw ugly girls. He really wants to draw a witchblade, but he can only draw ugly girls.
well, no, I got to be honest with you. I took a liking to this one,
Okay,
but
that's not bad,
no, he's got some talent.
right?
He's got some talent, but he's a cucked idiot. Nothing more I can say about it.
All right. Enough about Nazis.
And he does a lot of TNA stickers too.
Let me just
Like,
say one thing about comic books. It's supposed to be escapism.
thank you.
I was so all right. As a kid, my mom came down with cancer. I struggled really hard in school. One of the things they did was they took away my comic books because I was doing nothing but drawing instead of schoolwork. And when they finally took me, in to see a psychiatrist and talk to the psychiatrist, the first thing he said to them was, "Give him back his comic books. He, like his life sucks right now, and he just wants to escape somewhere else. Like,
Exactly.
Yes.
dragging all this shit in, and you're just kind of like, it's supposed to be escapism. So, yeah. Anyway,
Did you get your comic books back?
I got my comic books back.
Good.
I did.
Back when therapists gave good advice.
Yeah.
So kind of
Thank God for
going
the
back.
psychologist.
What's that?
Thank God for the psychologist.
Yeah.
Yes. He wasn't Frederick Wortham, so that's good.
Yeah.
So
the innocence.
getting back to where, so Levi had basically de facto retired. Like I said, we talked back and forth. I was writing a novel. We were kind of doing some different things. But Levi was like, I don't really care about this anymore. And I don't remember which came first. I do remember that I was kind of driving around on a day off, like a holiday, and I was doing a teaching job, like a dual enrollment program at a local college, and I had the day off, and I was driving around, and it's like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to keep doing this? What do I want to do? And then out of nowhere, I think there's like 2017, 28, no, 2018 or 19. I can't remember which. I get a text. I'm in right near Grand Coulee Dam. I'm sure you've heard of Grand Coulee Dam. Grand Coulee Dam in Washington State. It's like the old west. It's like desert and rocky, mountains and hills and stuff like that. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I get a text from Levi, and he sends me some pictures of Galaxy Memorial Park characters. All of a sudden, bang! It's like, huh? I wonder if that's like a sign or something like that. And boom.
JD, I'd really love to hear now Levi's
Yes.
that same
Yep.
story, but
Some
from,
figure.
basically. So you sent him a text with pictures of these characters, but it came out of nowhere. What made you like want to draw them and send them to JD?
Uh, well, a big part of that was because I was doing physical therapy because of my strokes, and I was just looking to finish items that I had started. So I was probably doing that. A second part of the inspiration would have been it wasn't the 2020 speech in front of Mount
Mhm.
Rushmore with Trump, but before that speech, like by 2 years, he mentioned the National Park of Heroes before that, and that was the big one where it's kind of like Trump's going to steal our idea. And I did see in the big beautiful bill that just passed,
Uh-huh.
item number 27 made it official that executive order. There will be a National Park of Heroes now.
Mhm. Yep.
So that was a big part of it too. Um, yeah, just looking to fill time because they
Okay.
didn't let me do anything, man. They literally just like because you just get a diagnosis of traumatic brain injury, and then they just wait for your stuff to show up, and so they like I couldn't go for walks. They just like just sit your ass down and just sit there all day. And
Mm.
that's like one of the worst things you could do to me because I want to sit there and one of the best things was because I just sat there and read and I educated myself on a whole ton of stuff that they probably wouldn't want me to know. So all of a sudden, I basically red pilled myself after that. So uh, that's kind
You
of
read I'm sorry, you red pilled yourself like as far as like general conspiracy or about like the medical
I had always
industrial complex?
I'd always been a fairly political person. Like our artist group here in town, that we had a rule like we don't discuss politics with Levi, and it's because I knew way more than them, and I just wiped the floor with them. And
Right.
I make that joke where I'm like, every time somebody brings up perspective in drawings and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, they used to call me the perspective Nazi, and I thought it was because I voted Republican. And literally like so I was like clear back in the 90s I didn't like Clinton. Like I was always suspicious about 9/11. Barack Obama scared the hell out of me. That's when I really started prepping. And in 2008, my sister stopped talking to me because my son, who was 12 at the time, out debated her about Obama. And it was just because we watched Glenn Beck like every Glenn Beck ruined dinner time for us. We used to eat at the table, but then once Glenn Beck left CNN, because I listened to his radio show at nighttime when I'd be inking and stuff. And once he left CNN and came over to Fox and was on at 5, which is right at dinner time, I immediately like there's no I'm too cheap for a DVR. I'm not going to record this on a VCR or something like this. So we're going to watch it live. And so my kids just got an education from like 2006 onward of nothing but Glenn Beck. And when you listen to Glenn Beck, you think you know a certain thing, but I came to the conclusion that Glenn Beck is like your high school teacher, and then somebody comes along like Steve Bannon, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, this is college, and then you just slip down a couple of rabbit holes and you realize that there's master degrees in some things. So,
Right.
uh,
Well, Levi,
Not a
this
huge
isn't a
fan of Steve Bannon lately. He's a
this
bit of a
isn't a political show. We're shutting it down. I'm kidding.
not a huge fan of Steve Bannon. He's a bit of an idiot. When
gotcha.
he lost face with Trump,
Hmm.
he went sideways, and Same with Alex Jones. I can't listen to these guys.
Right.
Well,
Glenn Beck, yes.
I can't listen to Alex Jones anymore because I'm just tired of being yelled at the information that I know with a red face. It's like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
I can gather information more calmly. So like I moved over to James Corbett.
That's what
You know?
I listen to nothing but shorts nowadays, like because I can't listen to their entire programs all the way through because of those reasons. I'd rather go, okay, what are they talking about here? Go snag that, listen to that, digest it, and then kind of move on to something else.
I want you to try listening to somebody by the name of Brendan Dilley, Dilley. He goes live 12 to 2, Monday through Fridays
Mm-hmm.
on Rumble. Brendan, but his show is.
I guarantee you guys have seen video memes from the Dilly meme team. I mean, it's probably the biggest network of
all the memes
memers.
you see coming out that are really popular are usually from his crew. But the name of it is Dilly Show, The Dilly Show, Dilley, on Rumble. And he's live 12 to 2 every day, Monday through Friday during the week. When you start listening to him, don't get in the chats. Don't get involved with the chats because you got a lot of cucked idiots out there that start talking stupid shit. I'll go in, I'll say hello to the regulars in the very beginning of the show because the intro is like 10 minutes long before he even gets into what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sit back and I let it play in the background while I'm doing my work. I love listening to him when I can.
Right.
He's my lunch break, but I usually work through my lunch. Like
Yeah.
I'll have something to eat or I'll make a cup of coffee and I'll sit there and listen to him. He's very tied into the Trump team, extremely tied in. And if he doesn't wind up with a nightly entertainment show when this is all said and done after the Trump administration and JD Vance is now our president and Rubio is the vice president and things like that, then he'll have his nightly show. And the Dilly meme team is just killing it. Talk about digital artisans. They're just insane. But I digress. Let's get back to
Let's talk more about the book.
Okay.
Memorial Park. Come on, guys. We want to hear about it.
Well, so we know Levi is very conservative and everything, JD, and you don't have to expose your politics or anything, but did the idea come from you being a very patriotic person and loving superheroes? Like, where did the idea come from for it?
Well, yeah.
I would simply say JD's more spiritual, more religious than he is political.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I am political to the point where something that I've been doing since we've been doing Galaxy Memorial Park, one of the things that we use is American flags everywhere because that's what you see at a cemetery. And one of the places that I kind of use for, say, photographs for graphics and stuff like that is it's a veteran cemetery not too far from where I live, and it is it's a place that basically puts me in that space of somebody that would go to remember heroes. That's something that we're trying to do is like hashtag remember your heroes, and there's a lot of military in it. I grew up near Fairchild Air Force Base. I mean, the first few years was on an Air Force base, so I've got a lot of military background. I've never been in the military, but I was in essentially an Air Force family. But the politics is have some respect for your country and have some respect for the people that sacrificed everything for, just to keep you safe. And that kind of idea, that's a lot of that fuels Galaxy Memorial Park. Have some, and it's not just in real life. There's the escapism part where the politics get into the X-Men, into the Fantastic Four, into Superman, into all this stuff. I am probably not going to see the new Superman movie because it just I've seen a lot. It seems so cynical. It seems, especially what they do to Superman's dad, Jor-El, and why he's there. And it's so, like I said, it's so cynical. There's nothing pure anymore. And that's kind of that spiritual element. Levi and I both wanted to have heroes, superheroes that you could look at and go, yeah, I want to be like this person. They're messed up. They're not perfect, but I want to be like that person. And I want to be proud of where I come from my traditions, from an imaginative perspective, and from a United States perspective, from a Western perspective. It's all there. The entire story is completely written. What we've got now is the first volume of like 4 volumes, and the last volume is going to be pretty darn huge. But all throughout it, if you're looking for that old-fashioned, yeah, I want to see somebody good doing something cool.
It's not the last one.
I'll say one more thing, and then I remember the cartoon Justice League, especially in the early 2000s. The voice actor that did, I think he was the voice of the Green Lantern. I can't remember the actor's name, but he said something: superheroes make being good cool. Because being good, you think of goody two shoes, adamant. You think of oh, I don't do this and I don't do that, and I won't do that over there. Being good means being decent and being willing to sacrifice yourself for somebody else, and that is the spirit of Galaxy Memorial Park. Levi?
Yeah, and real quick, just so everybody knows that when JD talks about 4 volumes, I know this one is at least 70 pages, right?
Yeah.
If not
68
more.
pages. Volume 1 is 68 pages. Volume 2 will be 68 pages. And then Volume 3 is going to be above 68 pages. And then Volume 4, who knows, 80, 90, 80 pages,
Yeah.
something like that.
A big finale.
300 altogether. It's over 300. We're talking Watchmen size. It's
Right.
going to be huge.
There's another thing we both have in common. I don't like Watchmen.
No.
I can't stand the book. And it's because of the way they treat the heroes. You're playing in a sandbox. These aren't your toys. And you're being completely disrespectful. Don't come into my house and ruin my toys. Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what the industry is kind of right now. And with like Watchmen, there's nobody redeemable in that book. Like, I don't root for anybody, okay, a movie just came out a couple years ago, Don't Look Up. By the time you watch that movie, you're rooting for the comet, and it's kind of like somebody to root for in a book. Who's the hero? Who's somebody to look up to? Who's somebody to admire? That was kind of one of the main things we wanted to put in there, was like, we wanted this to be the anti-Watchmen book.
Yeah. Yep. In the movie, like a lot of people, I find myself rooting for, Rorschach,
Right.
I love that line. You guys don't understand. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. I love that. That was cool. That was cool. But that wasn't, I don't know if Alan Moore wrote that line or not, but
I just I could never get over the pirate story in the middle of the damn book.
Yeah.
I read it. I would completely skip the pirate story, and I know everybody that loves watching. They're like, no, it's got context. It's this, it's that to the story. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
It's basically Alan Moore smelling his own gas.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, let's get political. It's like Obama getting entranced with the sound of his own voice, you know. And it's, yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
So I got to ask you, if you're not a big fan of Watchmen, what's your take on V for Vendetta?
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
I actually enjoyed the movie. I did.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the movie was actually better than the comic book.
Mm-hmm. And when it comes to, I always come on the art side, you know, and I am not an art snob. I love all kinds of art, so I can come in and I'll reread Watchmen just to look at the art. You know, I'll go in and see V for Vendetta just for the art. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just myself. If you're talking about the postmodern cynical books, the one that I gravitate toward is Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. Returns, not Strikes Again, not the third one.
The original first.
The original.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was one where it started to get really, really political. I remember reading that in college and going, what's this stuff about Reagan? Who gives a darn? I want to see this cool stuff with Batman, you know. But I know what he was doing, but I don't really care. Still
kind of like what Trump's doing today.
What's that?
Kind of like what Trump's doing today, scorched earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Levi, you had a comment.
When it comes to Alan Moore, it's not even those ones. To me, it's if you want to talk about a movie, it's League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I'd much rather prefer that movie.
That was a great movie.
Oh, the movie. Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
then if you want to talk about as far as like what if you were to sit down, like what's your favorite Alan Moore? And I'm blanking on the title, but Chris Spruce was the artist on that with it was he had the ape that was his servant, his wife. It was Tom Strong. Tom Strong was a great comic book.
I didn't read that one.
But then again, it stuck to the traditional. Yeah. It had that 1950s, 1960s, you know, sci-fi feel to it, like watching an old episode of, you know, Outer Limits or the Twilight Zone. To me, that's what it just had that feel to it.
All right, very good. Hey, you guys, I think this is somewhat a great segue into our mansplain segment because you guys have been mansplaining anyways and talking over my head because I'm not a huge superhero nor comic book fan, but I do love all you creators that make them. And I have a burning question based on a comment by Cosmic Grandpa. So let's get into mansplain and I'll bring it up and we'll discuss from there.
Let me explain. You see, mansplaining is not a negative thing. It's just that we as men have a biological urge to help propel the human race further, using our male wisdom and expertise.
All right. I am so glad that we have male wisdom and expertise here. So we're moving you both to the top, and you guys can tag team on this. So Cosmic Grandpa says superheroes are a pretty uniquely American thing. I don't know whether that's true or not. Probably true.
Yes.
Nat Rain even got, we're having a philosophical conversation now, saying that, we had to create a modern mythology after leaving behind the European mythologies. Who knows? So we were getting a little philosophical in there. I'm like, I need some men in here commenting on that as well, because I thought it was an interesting conversation to have. So, number one, would you agree superheroes are an American?
Yes. Yes.
Uniquely American.
Yeah.
There's a couple of different things. There's uniquely invented by Americans. Comic books is one. Jazz is another. And I do believe basketball. All three were invented in America. They didn't come with us from the old country.
Yes, however, I've heard that jazz also takes its roots from like Appalachian like country music, which also takes its roots from like
Mhm.
Irish
Yes, it
folk
does.
music.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, things do go back. I mean, things
Right,
have to be
right,
inspired, right? At some point
right.
from
Mhm.
something.
Yes. The thing about America is one of the things that is really good, but it's been hijacked by leftist thinking, is diversity. Not
Mhm.
diversity of, skin color and all of that. Yeah, that's there. It's just part of it. But diversity of thought, diversity of opinions, diversity of artistic styles, storytelling, and things like that, myths and legends, um, architecture, different kinds of architecture. Um, so superheroes are they are futuristic, they are fantastic, mythological fantasy and stuff like that. There's that married to science fiction and futurism and old west heroes, knights in shining armor, Japanese samurais. There is because America is this great big melting pot, which we were told in 2020. Don't you say that? Don't you say that? Who cares? It's the truth. We are a melting pot with a lot of things coming together. Rock and roll is a part of that. That's another thing that I think would be uniquely American, and it has all of these musical styles that came together and helped make it. And superheroes are uniquely American. And to take a cue from Chuck Dixon, Superman, the original superhero, Captain America, it's also a little bit of Jewish. Jewish guys came up with two of the biggest ultra super good guys, Captain America and Superman. They like Superman again. I'm getting this idea from Chuck Dixon. He did this great video. Superman is someone from a different world, and yet he's doing his best to help all of these people. And that's kind of a uniquely Jewish perspective, especially in the 19 the early 20th century, where you had these immigrants. They come from Europe and Eastern Europe and all of that. They don't really fit in that well because they have their own culture and everything, but yet, hey, let's try to contribute something to everybody. Let's do something good. Let's they just naturally elevate things. And that's another part. But uniquely American, yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Jewish. Thank you, Cosmac.
Yeah.
I just want to say that
Mhm.
I read a really good book about Robert Moses, who was Jewish, and
Mhm.
his family came over from Europe, and they wanted to assimilate to the American culture. And so they started boarding houses and working environments for family and friends that they brought over from Europe to
Mhm.
set them up in America to become part of the American melting pot and culture.
Yeah.
So, and the Jewish comic book artists who were the majority. I mean, Stan Lee,
Yeah.
Stan Leibowitz, for God's sake,
Stanley, yeah, Stanley
Stanley
Lieber. Yep.
Leibowitz.
Hmm.
So yes, and they were all Jewish, and they tried to assimilate and make it part of their livelihood to be culturally accepted in America by
Hmm.
becoming American.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
say I speak English, I say I speak American.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've never thought of saying that.
I don't speak English. English is the language that was spoken in Europe and in Great Britain. We're here in America. We speak American. I'm sorry. That's all there is to it.
And our language is also, it has all of these different influences of other languages that have, that have altered, everything from, from slang, black slang to,
Yiddish slang.
Yiddish slang. Yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's now a part of us. It's an American language.
American.
It is.
Yeah. America.
American.
American. It's
America.
American.
America. Yep.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And the best written book, Michael Albon, what was it? My father turned me on to the book, Something in Clay, where he talks about the early beginnings of comic book writing. Michael Albon.
That sounds familiar.
Albon's
Something in
hero book.
clay.
I don't know. We're waiting for Google
Yes.
to answer.
Mitch Albon.
Right.
Mitch Albon.
Right.
Mitch.
We need a producer.
Yeah. No, he's out there telling us that it's pronounced Merkin. Hey, you guys. So I've also heard the term, superhero fatigue, and you guys are obviously making a superhero book. Do you believe that is a thing that actually exists, and does it exist because superheroes have now been made
Yes.
gay, and things like that?
Yes.
Like, I don't know if was there at any point in time where you were like, maybe there is superhero fatigue, and started second guessing.
No.
No.
Because it's heroes. It's heroes.
Ah.
There's never been a hero fatigue in the history of the planet.
No.
So as far as like if they're fatigued about something, they're fatigued about the way these heroes are being written.
Yes.
So
Yep.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
They're not. Quit messing with our toys. Stop coming in the sandbox,
Right.
breaking the toys. And that's something as a kid, don't you remember? Like every time you would have a new friend come over to the house, you would kind of have to set the rules for them. Like being
No.
the youngest of six, like you only
I
got
don't.
something once.
I don't. I had a brother. He broke
Okay.
all my fucking toys.
Well, then you should have popped them in the nose. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
My brother was wonderful. I grew up thinking that I actually beat him up when I was little, but he was a good brother and just wouldn't hit me back.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No.
Cavalier and Clay.
Cavalier and Clay. That's right.
And it was Michael Chabon. Michael
Mhm.
Chabon book. Cavalier and Clay, which is about that industry. I apologize. I didn't mean to jump in.
No, that's okay. This is what I think people. This is what I think people are fatigued of.
Stupidity.
Stupidity. You know how Reed Richards is supposed to be, Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four. He is a heroic version of a big brain. He is, if I remember right, Stanley and oh, good grief, Kirby and Lee. Yeah, they.
I always forgetting the artist.
That name. How could I? Anyway, so they had like little types for each of these four characters, and if I remember right, they kind of based Reed Richards on the scientist character from the George Pell 1950s War of the Worlds, and that character was like he was smart, but yet he was capable. He had to because the world was falling apart. And so Reed Richards was this super version of this. You know how Reed Richards is supposed to be. He is the leader. He is humble, but yet he has this giant brain that allows them to cross into the 12th dimension and stuff like that. The fatigue comes from knowing that and then seeing Pedro Pascal going, please help me. This is my wife.
Right. She's in charge.
No.
When I heard that, I didn't want to go see it. I don't
Nope.
want to see it.
Nope.
And I
don't
wanted
wanna
to
go
see the
it.
I want to see the Superman movie, but
Mhm.
I only want to see the Superman movie
Crypto.
because of Crypto.
Yeah,
He does
that's
like
it.
Okay.
Same boat.
He
Same boat.
steals the movie. He steals the movie. And it's a CGI character. It's
Yes.
not even a real dog.
Oh,
Yep.
It's just they're replaying the I am Groot. And that's what crypto is supposed to be in this. I am Groot. It's supposed to be like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
We basically that's a recurring theme in Flip Cities is making all the cute little characters. So we have Grogurt and we have Cute,
Cute.
and he goes,
Cute.
I am
I am
cute.
cute.
Yes.
When I got branded, I was cute one time.
Oh, okay, good.
It was great. I had like 2 words. I am Groot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, because I mean that is basically what the movies are doing now, right? It's like you
Mhm.
got to have. Oh yeah, we also have a baby Sauron. You know.
Baby Sauron. Okay.
Well, that was for merchandising only.
I'm trying to imagine it. I don't know. Does he have like all the spikes and then and all of that except he's a baby?
You know what I'll do is like while
Okay.
we're in conspiracy corner, I'll just grab the magazine so we can see it at the end. So
Okay.
you guys can see
I would
baby
love to see
Sauron.
that.
But on that note, actually, I think you guys gave me a good primer on, you know, basically superheroes not being dead, you know,
No, they're not.
and
not.
also, you know, why they are uniquely an American thing. So I feel very educated, and I thank you for mansplaining to me.
You're welcome.
Are you guys ready to
Now
get into
fix this a
conspiracy?
sandwich. No.
What?
Kidding.
Oh, you know what's so funny is I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, maybe I could say that I'm fixing a sandwich.
Christy, look at Levi's hat.
I know, I
It's
saw it
time.
backstage. All right, let's get into conspiracy corner so we can spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
I wanna live with a conspiracy girl. I could be prepping the rest of my life with a conspiracy girl.
Those were aliens.
Those are aliens.
I love that our hats kind of match.
Oh.
Levi, like, I feel like I need to ask you to Sadie Hawkins. Did you guys do that?
Yeah.
We'd be so cute. Anyway, we're in conspiracy corner. For anybody that doesn't know what this is where I get to know our guests the way I like to know them. And that is knowing how big of a conspiracy theorist they are. I already know Levi's a huge one, but we also love conspiracy corner. And the way we do this is we bring up the wheel of conspiracy and we're going to spin it 3 times. You guys, let's bring up the wheel and we're going to decide how it's going to work with the 2 of you. Should we both agree on the topic, or do you each want your own spins? What do you guys want to do? Or should I
don't know.
Or should I
What do you
iron
wanna do,
fist
Levi?
this and tell you what we're going to do?
Your choice. I'm game for anything. I love conspiracies. I don't believe them all, but I love them all.
Well, how about we do this? Because
Nobody's ever done my conspiracies on here. I got 2 on the wheel here.
I know. I'm hoping.
hit.
Then let's do this. We're gonna let each of you have 3 spins, and we're gonna start with Levi to break the ice because I know. But here's the thing: we are gonna have to rein it in a little bit. We can't talk forever on the conspiracy that you land on.
Mhm.
So you know how the wheel works. You get 3 spins. If you take the 3rd spin, you're stuck with that topic.
Okay.
All right, and then we're gonna do spins for JD as well. And JD,
All right.
you can talk on Levi's topic as well, and vice versa. All right,
Fine.
Here we go. Oh yeah, and Wismore is so super excited. Are you guys ready to spin the wheel?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I am. Come on, Q drops.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious because I've heard Q has moved to another username thing on Twitter, but I don't know if you know about that. Cryptids. I know you're gonna
Just
spin
read
again, right?
spin again.
Yeah.
That's totally Jay's. That should be
Yep.
Jay's.
Well, maybe we can forward that to Jay. Who knows? Let's spin the
Okay.
wheel again.
Come on, Devolution.
Yeah, devolution or Q drop, please. Dude, I mean, this is like the mother of all conspiracy theories, right? I
Yeah.
mean, basically everybody knows it was a conspiracy. You don't want to talk
CIA.
about that.
CIA.
Or the end. I'm telling you to spin again.
Spin again. Pretty please. Spin again. Come on, Devolution.
Nope. Yeah, Levi gets a free
Okay.
spin. Unless
Okay.
you want to talk about it.
No, I don't. But I want to say that after I was kicked off of Facebook, I tried going on last summer and getting a Facebook account
Yeah, I
again.
remember.
It only took them 2 weeks for them to go, no, we remember you, dude. So, yeah. Don't
Yeah,
look for me on Facebook.
you didn't even post anything, right?
I put
Or you did one thing.
I think I did one thing. I joined like the Madness Entertainment group over there, and I might have posted something about Galaxy Memorial Park, and then they're just like, "Bam, you're done." So
I
I don't
see.
know.
All right, I'm giving you a free spin.
Thank you. Good jobs.
Let's see. Oh, I see. It says Q drops. Oh my god.
Oh my God, Q
You got
drops!
it.
Yay,
Yay! Q drops. Q drops.
Q drops! So great. Let's see here. Q drops. Q is a group of individuals. It's not just one person. It includes many people within the government and outside the government. It Q drops are taught in the Socratic method. So Socrates, it teaches you what it teaches you to do is it question things. Like it'll send you down a rabbit hole by asking things in a question type form.
Hold
So
on. I just got to ask because I think many people know this as QAnon. Please,
QAnon, no
Q,
such thing.
yep, please just explain that.
There,
Like I don't.
there is no such thing as QAnon. That's just something that the news made up and attached to it. There is Q, and then there is the ability to post on that 4chan or 8kun anonymously. So anons. So it's more like Q and the anons, but they just shortened it up to QAnon. So it's not. It's yeah. There's no QAnon at all.
Yes, and the media definitely has said that it's absolute bullshit.
Right.
Like, how dare you ask regular people questions for
Right.
them to think about? We're here to tell you what you need to know, right?
Right. There is my goodness, there is so much to talk about on Q that I would have problems. Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm gonna draw a blank even after asking for Q
Well,
drops here.
well,
So,
well. Let me ask you this then. So you were saying that questions were posted on first 8chan, then 4chan, right? That
yeah,
in that direction,
sure.
and then those postings had stopped. And basically, it's
Yeah,
asking questions, and then people talk in a forum.
right,
That's
correct,
how it works.
right. And they've did anybody watch the HBO series on Finding Q? That was actually pretty interesting. They narrowed it down to Steve Bannon or oh, I'm blanking on his name right now. He was the moderator of the Q board, and
Mm.
and he was the son of the owner of the website.
The
And
4chan, the 4chan kid.
yes, you know what I'm talking about.
4chan kid. Yeah, yeah.
So
The Asian adopted son of the 4chan creator.
there we go, right there. And
Yep.
so some of the things, okay, when we all were being kicked off of all the different platforms and stuff, there was one where once we got kicked off of X and Facebook, and they sent us over to the one platform that got struck down with the Amazon servers shut it down. It was
Clout.
everybody went to Gab after that. But in a process, what was that one more time?
I'm sorry. It wasn't Clout Hub that got shut down.
Mm-mm.
It was I forgot. Anyway, go on.
So in the process, there was a bunch of people always, like here's a group of people you might know. There's a bunch of group follows going around, and Code Monkey Z is the name of the kid I was thinking about. The Asian
Code Monkey, right?
Code Monkey. And so I go over there and I find Code Monkey on one of those spots because I'm looking for information, and he always had the best information. And another person that I started following is Garrett Ziegler. Garrett Ziegler is he's in charge of MarcoPolo.org, where they have stripped down the Hunter Biden laptop line by line. You can literally go and
I
buy.
purchased the book. I purchased it. I have it.
Nice.
I own
So
that. That is some meaty, crazy
crazy
stuff.
stuff. Yes.
Crazy stuff.
Yes. Like so.
And
And
Hunter can't sue him because everything's legit.
yeah, it's all there. It is all there. So one of the things that I noticed is you would go into people's profiles and you go, okay, who is this person following to see whether or not I should be following them as well. And on one of those Parlor, I think it was, or Parlor or Gab, I can't remember which one it
No.
was.
Oh.
I go on to Code Monkey Z's and I see who he's following, and he's following one person, and it's Garrett Ziegler. Right. And I'm like, wow, this is really weird because Garrett Ziegler, under the Trump administration, the first time was the personal assistant to Peter Navarro. So Garrett Ziegler was actually working in the White House at that time. And there was a couple of drops that happened on the cue boards where you had no idea how they got that photo. And one of them was the night of January 6th when that drop came in where Trump's so pissed off at Mike Pence that he closed the parking lot and left everybody's cars locked in, and they sent a photo from inside the parking lot. And you're kind of like, wow, how did somebody get that photo? And as it turns out, it was Garrett Ziegler, Peter Navarro's personal assistant in the White House. Literally, it's 2 degrees of separation between Q, Peter Navarro, Ziegler, and then the Q boards. So that's how some of the information was getting onto the Q boards was through Garrett Ziegler in the White House.
Now, let me ask you this as far as like, future proofs past or like how people take timestamps and compare them to posts and all that kind of stuff. Do you believe that's what's happening as well? And is that a popular
Yes, yeah,
that's popular within the whole thing?
that's how a lot of the Q drops are proofed. They'll go in and they'll show you the timestamp where if Devin Nunes posts something at this time and you go to that timestamp and you go to the Q boards and okay, so like here's a Q drop that just happened this week where it was or a proof for a better term. When Trump came out and said he's not going to, like, why are we still talking about Epstein and all this other stuff? And everybody's like, don't say that. Gazelle Maxwell is going to start talking about wanting a pardon. And then she opened her mouth and was like, I'm going to talk to Congress and blankety blank. The very next day on that, if you go to that, the marker of, July 16th or whatever, you go to the July 16th Q drops and you read through each one of those. In a section on there's a whole section on Giselle Maxwell. Uh, Basically, 3 years ago, Q mentions Giselle Maxwell on July 16th. And then, like 3 years later, Giselle Maxwell is opening her mouth again on July 16th. So it's just weird coincidences like that.
That's really interesting. I did not know that was so. That's a recent one.
That is one, yeah. And I always go back to the one where it's tippy top shape. And Trump has said this term quite a lot. But for the boards to come in and go, and Q would take questions. He'd be like, anybody want, question time. And they would go, well, can you get Trump? Because when Trump posts as Q, it's Q plus, and it's supposed to be like to prove that it's the part of the group is White House related. They said, can you get Trump to say tippy top shape? And it wasn't, and they wanted him to do it on a specific date, but they missed the date. But at the very next, the Easter egg hunt, which was like a week or so, or maybe a month later, Trump is giving his speech in front of the Easter Bunny. That doesn't really look like the Easter Bunny. It's got the glasses on, like the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. And
Oh, and that's a huge thing in the Q thing too. Is the
follow,
whole Alice in Wonderland thing.
yes, follow the white rabbit because the adrenochrome symbol is you turn it sideways and it looks like a rabbit. So or follow the following these things down the rabbit hole. But anyway, as he's giving that speech, he whips in tippy top shape. So within a month of the Q boards asking Q to have Trump say tippy top shape, Trump said it. So that
Indeed. I'm glad we brought our tinfoil hats tonight
I know
because somebody in chat
it's
earlier said we're getting struck, but we won't because we
hardly,
have our protective hats.
yeah,
So we're not getting struck tonight.
it works.
Yeah, and it is so funny, like even taking the whole Q thing completely out of this, right? So many normies or people that don't really or even leftists or anything, they have no clue about the mass banishing. Like there were thousands upon
Thousands.
thousands, if maybe millions even
There was
banned from major social media platforms.
it,
You
it got
know.
it was so messed up on those group follows that Parler put out a statement and they said you guys are going to screw up your algorithms. You can't do a mass following like that because they would throw out 1 to 200 people and your name would just end up in that group. Like go follow everybody in this group.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. One of a friend of mine was never did any Q content or anything, but on Twitter followed a bunch of Q accounts because he liked watching it, right?
Yep.
And because it was very, very interesting, right? He got caught up in the whole banishing from
Yeah.
everywhere, and it ruined his business,
Then they
because
come back.
because he had decent followings on a bunch of social media and then just got swept out with all the garbage.
Mm.
I saw halfway through you talking, I saw JD shifting in his chair like he needed to get out of here.
No. Oh, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
kidding. I'm
Yeah.
joking. All right. Well, because we have two tonight, I think do you feel like you kind of got it out of your system like
I got it
finally?
out. Yes.
Okay.
I got it
Cool.
out.
I'm so happy that we finally landed on Q jobs. So crazy
Ah,
that you
Now,
happen to be here.
if Jay will just now get the devolution, then we'll just have everything complete.
Well, here's my
We'll just
question because on your first spin, you or second, we got cryptids, right? And you said, "Oh, that's totally JD's." JD, I'm going to give you a choice here. We can bring the wheel back up and you get your 3 spins, or you can totally take that topic on
let's
cryptids.
spin. Let's spin.
Oh, he wants to go to the wheel. Everybody
Yep.
loves the wheel. All right, let's spin that wheel, cause. Ah, it's so close. All right, the justice system. Is there a two-tiered
Okay.
justice? There's no two-tiered justice system for
hey,
sure.
can I just say this? Tying it back into the Q drops, Q says the first arrest will shock the world.
Okay. Um. Okay. Justice system. So I think that if okay,
You
The
stick to what?
justice system is a two-tiered system.
But hold on, are you sticking with it? You want to
Yeah,
talk
I'm
about it?
sticking with it.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do
I'm
it.
going to talk about it. So the justice system, yes, is a two-tiered system. I'm going to tie this in with the way things have been going politically since the 1990s. Now, there are some people that could say, well, it goes back to the 80s or the 70s or whatever. And yeah, but I'm going to say we are in a place in this country. I don't want to talk about any other country. Let's just concentrate on the US. The two-tiered justice system really, I believe, started around, you could probably say the 60s, the 50s. I mean, you could go all the way back. But I'm going to say it really started to get brazen. Like, I don't care if you see this or not. Right about the 1990s with the Clinton administration, I think the patient zero for what we've got going on when it comes to corruption is Ross Perot. Ross Perot threw in to the reelection, supposed reelection of George H.W. Bush, and he did it on purpose to basically to mess over Bush's chances of getting in there. When he did that, that allowed Clinton to get in there, Bill Clinton, with his wife, Hillary. Hillary is a trainee of the Alinsky Institute. Saul Alinsky, if you know who he is, he was basically, he was the, God, how do you describe this? He basically was, he was a guy that took, oh, come on. He learned how to do politics from organized crime. He was a communist, a socialist, extreme socialist, and he used what organized crime would do to get power. So he would do all of this underhanded, crooked stuff to take down his own enemies and line his pocket. So when Clinton got in there, suddenly the two-tiered, justice system, they basically started making all of these. They started coochie-cooing the media under the chin, and the media was like, okay, we're gonna give him a pass. Yeah, it doesn't matter that Clinton lied under oath. We're going to give him a pass, and we're going to obfuscate and go, oh, what's the big deal about sex happening in the White House? No, it has nothing to do with that. The dude lied. He lied. And so that's when you started having the media, and then of course after that you have the Obamas coming in. You've got Barry, who was also trained at the Alinsky Institute. And he would not have gotten in there, I believe, if it weren't for the Clintons. And the Clintons would not have gotten in if it weren't for Ross Perot. And where we are now, especially under Barry Soetoro, i.e., Barack Hussein Obama,
Born in Kenya.
What's that?
Born in Kenya.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
He was born in Kenya.
All I know.
His brother and Trump got his birth certificate. Trump got his birth certificate from his brother in Kenya.
Oh, okay. I think I remember that.
Going back to the Q drops.
Anyway.
Q says when this is all said and done, he's going to claim he's from Kenya.
Anyway, you have, and because of this Saul Alinsky organized crime way of doing things. There is a two-tiered justice system. You have Hillary Clinton getting off scot-free right before the 2016 election. She should not have been able to run, but she did. And like I said, ever since then, it's a two-tier justice system because freaking everything is corrupt. Um, Especially when you start throwing in the social justice part of it. Instead of equal justice, it's now social justice. Social justice meaning we can give justice to whomever we want.
Meaning communism?
Meaning communism, exactly. Meaning kangaroo courts. Meaning doing third world country stuff like taking your political adversary and putting him through lawfare over and over and over again, like they did to Trump.
That's what I okay, does it not I'm sorry, I have to say this because
Yeah.
every time I see the talking point on social media of like 37 convicted felon, I'm like, "Oh god."
No,
Okay.
he was not. He was
It's all they wanted,
two-tier
though.
justice system. Two-tier justice system. If you have a D by your name and you're in with the right people like Soros and the WEF, yeah, I got my own tinfoil hat on. Then you're gonna be okay. You could literally run over a small child in a large truck and you would get off scot-free. And actually, wasn't there that case a couple of years ago where there was this kid who was like a Christian that got hit by an ultra leftist in a truck and killed, and nothing happened to him? I don't remember that. I don't remember the specifics, but there was a kid that got hit by a deranged person, a deranged leftist person. Nothing happened to him, as far as I know, as far as I can tell. But anyway, the justice system is totally messed up. And it has been messed up because we don't believe in equal justice anymore. And it's not a perfect system, what it used to be, but nothing in this whole universe, no human being on the face of this planet is perfect. But equal justice, working for that, working for it. It's better that than social justice, better than equity instead of equality. Yeah, equity meaning we're going to give what we want to whomever we want,
Yeah.
as long as you fall into line.
After taking it from you, sir.
Yep, exactly.
Can I
Exactly.
tag in on this just for a second?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I think I'm done.
James Comey. We were just
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about. So James Comey's daughter was just relieved from duty as the prosecutor
Yes.
this week.
Yeah.
The fact that James Comey's daughter is the prosecutor for what was it?
Epstein?
Epstein's
No, Diddy.
Diddy and who else? It was somebody else. Like it was Diddy and somebody else. And she should not have had any part of those trials whatsoever.
No. Yeah.
That's a perfect example. Like the inbreeding that goes on. Like yeah, that right there. It's one of the main reasons why you can't like everybody wants people to be arrested and stuff like that, right? Like the Q drop says like the first arrest will shock the world. Where are you going to try these people at? You know, you want the Epstein list, but where are you going to try this at? Because
military tribunals.
yes, that's the military is yes, or the fact that what's the latest one with they're going after RussiaGate because they can actually now go because of the raid on Mar-a-Lago. They can now use Florida as a place for a jury in the RussiaGate series. You know, it's there's no the judges are bad, the prosecutors are bad.
Yep.
And it's like the comedian. Who am I thinking of? It's one big club, and you ain't in it.
George Carlin.
George Carlin.
Yeah. I have a T-shirt. It's a great big club, and you ain't in it.
You ain't in it. Yep. So that's my take on the justice system. It's fixed. It's rigged. It's corrupt. If there's one thing, if I'm gonna throw my spiritual thing out here. There's one thing that God hates, and that's a rigged court. You should not. It doesn't matter if you're rich. Doesn't matter if you're poor. If you did something wrong, then you need to pay a penalty. If you're innocent, then you should not be paying a penalty.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
It's
Hey,
that simple.
now as far as like that viewpoint, of people realizing there's a two-tier justice system, if you're thinking of like American population, what percentage of the population do you think would agree with that statement?
Ooh.
I'm going to say probably what 70-80%.
You're reading my mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking even up to 95% because even if they're not having the same views as us
Yeah.
as like rich versus
Mhm.
that the ruling class versus
Mhm.
us, regular
Yeah.
people, they're thinking skin color, you
Right.
know, because they've hook, line, and sinkered that propaganda of hate your fucking neighbor. Not don't
Yeah.
look up here,
Well,
look next door. That's the
mhm.
person
Barry
that you hate.
Soetoro, aka Barack Insane Hussein Obama, said
Mhm.
he was
Yep.
going to fundamentally change America. And
Yeah.
what he did was he made it more racist.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Ran
think
as a centrist and
race
then
relations were pretty damn good until then.
yep.
Yeah. Hey guys, we got to get out of conspiracy corner because we got to close this
Okay.
show out. Mostly because I had to pee.
Tinkle. Go tinkle.
Well, there you go.
But so we're out of conspiracy. Oh my goodness, you guys. We
What
haven't
happened?
even done our quiz yet.
Oh, the quiz.
We
Oh,
have
the
to
quiz.
rebrand you. Yeah,
That's okay. I didn't study.
that's okay because it's a really easy quiz. And I love doing quizzes because I super encourage the chat to participate as well. Drop
Okay.
numbers in the chat if you want because that helps with the algorithm. And maybe you'll even get that awesome number one crown. But we're gonna Flip City brand you. You guys already know it's not like a weird sex cult kind of branding. It's just a Flip City branding. And what it comes with is invitations back to Flip City FAFO streams and other like free labor that we can squeeze out of you guys. All right, here we go. we're gonna bring the quiz up. All right. So, global instability, war, and crime are making many people ask, am I living in a dystopian hellhole? Choose the answer that best describes your life in a post-democratic cockatopia. Or is it cotopia? Before we get into this first question, though, the reason I chose this is I know we're all left coasters and we are in the most insane states.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
and also Bruce is in New York. So
Oh,
we're all in insane states.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
and Bruce, I want
I'm
you
so
keeping
sorry.
score for yourself as well. The way we're going to do this is we're going to round robin reading the questions and the options. And feel
okay.
free to say what your number is. I'll go first and then we'll go JD, Levi, Bruce. Here we go. Under federal mandatory buyback programs, 1, excess pharmaceutical drugs will be confiscated. 2, all firearms will be confiscated. Or 3, all children will be confiscated. I I
Mm.
I've got Wiener in state assembly or whatever, so I know it's 3 for me.
Oh. For me, it's 2.
It's 2.
Yeah.
Number
All right.
2.
I'm winning. All right. So you're next, JD.
All right. Do I read it?
Yes.
Yeah.
In times public of crises.
Oh.
Ca- In times of public crises, counties and communities are routinely flooded with 1. Emergency response requests, 2. Thoughts and prayers from concerned neighbors, or 3. West Nile mosquitoes from black helicopters.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going with 3.
3.
All right, next.
Yeah. God, I want to go 2, but it's 3.
This is you, Levi.
Lockdowns and quarantine are compulsory public health measures in the event of a public health emergency, 2, a global financial crisis, 3, an alien UFO invasion. That'd be Project Blue Book, right? Not or Blue Beam. Blue Beam.
I'm thinking that's the next one.
They've been calling for that for like 2 summers now. At least Cliff High has.
All right. Go ahead, Bruce.
Government can best ensure the security of all citizens by installing, number 1, cameras at every border entry point, cameras on every public street,
yes,
and cameras in every citizen's underpants.
Oh no!
And as far as I'm concerned, it's all the above.
Ah, there you go.
Well, you get 6 points for that one.
I'll go there also.
Oh, it's back to me. The executive branch is primarily responsible for 1, executing laws passed by Congress, 2, executing orders drafted from the Oval Office, or 3, executing the Supreme Court. I think this was written during Biden era.
Yeah.
All right.
3.
Ultimate responsibility for raising children lies with 1.
The village.
Loving biological parents. 2. State and federal agencies. 3. Private corporate armies of polysexual cyborgs.
God, it's
you mean school teachers?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It takes
Actually,
a village.
it's turning into 2.
It takes.
All right. Next.
Every single thing I do over my entire lifetime is, number 1, part of nature's cycle and the beauty of being a free individual. Number 2, the futility in the face of cold and uncaring God. Number 3, monitored and analyzed by 51 intelligence agencies. Yeah.
Oh.
I definitely 3. I am publishing Clip City magazine, so.
Yep.
3. I'm going 3.
Yep.
3.
And come on, guys! All of our phones are tapped. All of our cameras are being monitored. NSA has got us all on a list. It's okay. We get it.
Who's besides the audience? Who's watching us right now?
Exactly.
Matters.
CIA.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Levi. Because Bruce rudely skipped you, you get
Oh,
this
we
one.
apologize.
We're
I'm
good.
sorry, brother.
The greatest consequence of speaking one's mind freely is, number 1, peace of mind. Number 2, lifelong bonds and friendship. Number 3, 10 to 20 years in a better corrections facility.
At least in the UK.
Yeah, it's 3.
Yep.
Well, hey, okay, so today is the 1-year anniversary of Peter Navarro getting out of prison.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Peter Navarro went to prison last summer for 3 months because he wouldn't testify before Congress because of the January 6th committee. Peter Navarro was Trump's one of Trump's financial advisors. He was in charge of the China the China deal back in 2020. He was Garrett Ziegler's boss.
Okay. There we go. All right. What? Oh, is that me again? The most socially responsible course of public action for people under 21 is available through one, Youth Services of America, two, Youth Volunteer Corps, or euthanasia.
Well, if we're in Canada,
No. Yeah.
The suicide pods.
That's what I was thinking too, Batman.
Yep.
3. Dang. Is the goal to get like the most points or the least points?
Well, we'll see when the score comes up at the end.
Okay.
This will be you, JD.
Very good. Bad ideas and proposals are most frequently and easily 1. Exposed in the court of public opinion. 2. Proven wrong through their detrimental effects. Or 3. Beamed into my head by satellites.
It's definitely not 3. I've got my hat.
Okay. I was going to say it could possibly be 2.5 beamed into my head by social media.
I kind of like.
But that's not an option.
2
I
is
would
kinda
say 2.
the Darwin Awards for 2.
Yeah.
2.
All right. Hey, you guys over on Pilled by the Rabbit says euthanasia solves a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's a permanent solution to temporary problems.
All right, next slide.
That's you, Levi.
Levi.
Citizens can be confident that high-level international matters are being handled by, number 1, career scholars of career scholars of geopolitics and economics. 2, the federal government. 3, men in lipstick and pretty dresses. Who's the guy that got fired in the Biden administration for stealing luggage?
Did he did?
Bald-headed bimbo.
Yes, the bald-headed cross-dresser.
I'm surprised he had consequences.
That's true. Yeah.
His consequences were he had to wear underpants and long leg pants.
There you go.
Didn't wear a dress anymore.
He had to take off his high heels. I'm going to go with 3 again. Or what was it? What was the name of the was Adam Levine? Was that the other guy? Like the first
Rachel Levine. Yeah.
Rachel Levine. Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
What a horror show.
Yeah. There was pictures of those two at a White House function together.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
This is the end, Christy.
Okie dokie.
She's totally.
So if you scored, go ahead to the next page, Cosmac.
I'm just assuming you guys did math in your head. So here's your score. If you scored under 10 points, your stupidity and naivete are in the state of perfect harmonic balance. Scored under 20, you are well on your way to dystopia. Elect the craziest person on the ballot and complete your journey. Under 30, you're dick deep in a Kafkaesque nightmare. You seem to like it.
Kafkaesque nightmare.
Kafkaesque. It's Kafka, right?
Yep.
Kafka, yes.
Yep.
Kafkaesque nightmare.
Kafkaesque nightmare.
But you seem to like it. Weird.
Yes.
Weird.
We're all a bunch of
We're
weirdos.
all a bunch of weirdos. Yep.
25. Yeah.
You know,
I'm dick deep in it.
Oh, okay. Because you guys asked, I will be looking for this, but we're gonna close out the show. So Levi and or JD, why don't you go first? What do you want people to do, and where can they find you?
I want people to go to fund my comic, and I'm just going to send them to the website, galaxymemorialpark.com. From there, you can sign up for our newsletter. You can go to our campaign. You can go to any of our 3 social media where we post almost every single day except for Sundays. Go to galaxymemorialpark.com. You will learn what you need to learn. You will know where you're supposed to go. There is even a link, an Easter egg for a digital ash can with the first 17 pages of Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, just like that one.
All right, which tombstone do they have to click on?
What's that?
Which tombstone do they have to click on?
It's not a tombstone. It's the word "click here" or something. I don't even remember.
Good idea. That is a good idea.
Just click all over the place. You'll hit it.
That's right. And because this campaign that's going on right now, it's got
Yes.
just over 30 days left. And if you go to the website, you can sign up for the newsletter. JD, I know, likes doing and distributing little short stories and stuff, if you're
Yes.
still doing that.
And they're
And
great.
you're going to always know what's going on with Galaxy Memorial Park. Always
That's
go straight to the creator. I agree with that. What about you, Levi?
I would second that opinion. I would go to the website and I would sign up for the newsletter. JD does these great little short stories that fill in little background elements that you don't necessarily, when you go read the book, you won't have to have read the short stories, but the short stories just add flavoring to the characters,
Yeah.
and some of them have been really great. And once we get all these, once we get the entire book out, I would really love to publish nothing but a short novella of Jay's short stories.
Yep. Story collection would be cool.
Yeah. GalaxyMemorialPark.com.
That's
All
right.
right. Fantastic. And I'm gonna break in here real quick because I've got to give a major shout out and thank you to Handy News for rating us over on Pilled with Classical Chick and Laura the Goddess. What's up, girl? TGM. That username's too hard for me to read. Razor Mono, Mrs. Stuck, and Stuck in New York. I'm assuming they're married. Everett Home, and all kinds of other people. Thank you guys so much for rating us. We are closing out Creative Chaos for tonight, but we've had Levi, Skeen, and JD Gunther, the team that's
Gunther,
making
yep.
Galaxy Park. It is a comic about a superhero memorial park. The link's in the description if you guys want to go and support independent print media. Oh my God. We talk about building up parallel culture so much, but it doesn't happen without grassroots people supporting them. So and that is the purpose of Creative Chaos as well, is to hopefully, spread the word. Shit's happening in the indies, but you're not going to hear it from the big podcasters that you love because they're doing other stuff.
Okay, I just signed up at galaxymemorialpark.com. So you now have a email identification for Bruce Q. Wayne 66.
Awesome.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, and
You
now
will you will love it. You'll love that you did.
on that note, Bruce, where can everybody find you?
Besides here every Thursday night with you, and except next Thursday because I'll be at a concert in New York City. You can find me on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Big Apple time on 3 Beer Men. And just go to 3, the number 3, beermen.tv, and it'll list all the platforms you can click on to watch us live. Every Sunday night, 7 to 9 p.m. Big Apple time. And don't forget, Cosmac, one more time. Make sure you like,
Yes,
subscribe, share, and ring that bell.
There you go.
and
We're
also
Pilled.
throw us that.
There you go.
Super appreciate it. All right. Because it was spoken about earlier tonight, I was talking about how Flip City does a lot of baby things in our parodies, and you guys were asking about baby Sauron, and that was what our wonderful
There you go.
and fantastic Ben Sullivan did. So that's what baby Sauron looks like in lowered of the ratings of horror.
There
And
you
then
go.
I just thought, because that's the thing, we do not tell Ben what to draw. This is Grogurt, and he came back with that.
Yeah.
So that's from
Nice.
He Demanded More Again.
Right.
There you go.
So thank you everybody so much for tuning in to Flip City's Creative Chaos, and also shout out Stuck in New York for gifting the can right here at our closeout of episode 79, you guys.
Woo!
Isn't that so cool? We're like going to come up on a year in about 6 months. So
Nice.
also special super duper shout out and thanks to our wonderful producer Cosmic Grandpa. You make this show so fun for me to do because I don't have to do any of the tech. I just give you stuff beforehand. You set it all up. You bring up the chats from over on Pilled, who can do that on their streaming platform. Hardly anybody. It's because Cos is the bomb. And so check him and Bruce Q. Wayne. I'm pointing the wrong way. This guy.
This Sunday at 7 p.m. and we're going to be covering Eternal Con from Long Island.
Nice.
So, yep. I got a bunch of interviews that I was able to do. And what's up, Doc?
Hey, Doc.
He came in earlier and told everybody to shut.
Yeah.
He was being rude in the chat, telling everybody to be quiet during the quiz because he only wanted his answers in there. And also thank you to Vulcan Lives for being here every single week and modding over on YouTube. We have not ever really had a troll, so that's freaking awesome. I see we have 51 people watching now at the end of the show. I understand why people stream for 3 to 4 hours because it builds, but we do about a 2-hour show every week. So come back next week to Creative Chaos. I don't have my calendar up and I don't have it in my brain who I have, but it's going to be an awesome creator, an awesome independent creator, and we're going to have a great time. And you're doing this. Are you thinking? Or do you want to say something?
I'm just saying, remember, please, I will not be here next week.
Oh, you won't see Bruce next week, but he's on every single week. So tune in next week and the week after that. All right. Thank you guys again so much for being here. And we'll see everybody next week. And this is where we wave.
Thanks for having
me.
Good night.
Jazz hands.
Okay, class. List everything insensitive, exclusionary, bigoted, nationalistic, misogynistic, and offensive that you can find in history's great myths and legends. Extra points for suffering panic attacks or emotional outbursts. Fact check every opinion against the lived experience of your comrades and allies, so you can avoid forming a criminal opinion. Scrutinize it cover to cover. Wrongthink, misgendering, dead naming, misinformation, microaggressions. Leave no page unturned.